Hey guys, welcome to Hate the Sin, not the Sin, where we have blunt conversations, honest opinions, and no apologies. If you like oversharing, trauma dumping, sarcasm, and dark humor, well, this podcast is for you. Well, guys, welcome to episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1, part 1, part 2. I thought I needed that to get it out the way so you guys kind of get to know me a bit. And I feel like it was cute. It was cute for me to like reflect back on my life and kind of get emotional and break down some things and stuff. Like, it's very cute. It's kind of weird crying online and like showing people your vulnerable side, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of unapologetically me. Like, if something makes me sad, it'll make me sad, and I'm not gonna like be fake about it. If something's irritating me or pissing me off, like, I'm gonna say it, you know? And like, I use social media to express myself, so like, I can't be fake, and I'm not gonna be fake on social media either. It was truly and truly myself. Happy new month. Absolutely tons has been happening. So Connolly is now the president of Ireland. Yeah, guys, I voted for her. Actually, a bit iconic that the first time I vote for a woman, and she also wins the presidential election. Yeah, I'm super happy about that. Tons has been happening in Ireland with like politics lately. I can't wait to see what Catherine does for our country. She just gives like such a good vibes. I don't know what it is. And also, I feel like I could really relate to what she was saying in her debates. I feel like what Catherine Connolly was saying and the things that she was asking for are things that people like me were asking for. Heather Humphrey, I didn't really relate to what she was saying. She was kind of talking about like how she likes being a grandmother, she likes being this, she likes being that. Her husband and her like used to go hunting, which I think that's so weird and a bit of a red flag for a person to just go out there and like killing. It's just weird. Like, I understand we eat meat and we eat animal products and stuff like that, but physically killing an animal, like, I literally have to pray after killing a spider because I'm like, I don't want to go to hell. Like, I know if the spider was a giant, they wouldn't even think twice about eating me or killing me, but it just feels weird killing, like, even anything as small as a spider is guilt. Like, they scare the shit out of me, but I still say, God, sorry, send this spider to heaven. I hope they reincarnate into something better than this life. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I helped them cut it short and they're going to be like a bird or something in the next life. You never know. Yeah, I wouldn't be going off hunting now. That's very weird. When Catherine went to the school doing keepy uppies, thought that was deadly. I was like, oh, do you know what? That's a bit of crack. I love someone that can have a bit of crack, do you know what I mean? And just leave their hair down and have fun with people and not care what age, where they're from and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, I just really like that. Maybe it's not enough for me to make a good judgment, but I think I chose very well, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, loads has actually been happening with me. So a couple of days ago, I just finished my RTE internship, and yeah, it was so emotional kind of coming to the end of it. Like 6 months well spent having great crack, getting to work on the Traitors Unclogged production side of things of it, and also I was able to dip my toe into like loads of different things while I was there. So like a bit of like radio, a bit of like production, obviously creating content, editing. I kind of did a bit of everything, which was so much fun. I had an overall really, really good experience. I feel like I kind of knew that the internship was an internship because like just things that didn't make sense to me, like a lot of people were obviously hoping to be kept on after, and obviously so was I. Like, everyone kind of had that hope. Well, as the internship was going on, I kind of noticed that like it's a program. It's a program for people to enjoy for 6 months and to make the most out of it while they're there. And I feel like, yeah, of course you can get a job there, and of course, like, if you're qualified and you're the best person for the role, you'll be chosen. So I don't know why I'm stirring so much. But yeah, like, if you're the best person for the role, you'll be chosen. But I just feel like people that did the internship and that were there barely had like any experience. Like, it didn't make sense for me, for someone that barely had any experience in media or professional experience in something like, I don't know, creating metadata or I don't know, like really good at video editing and have years of practice or whatever. I didn't see someone kind of fresh from college, or someone like me that hasn't really like professed anything particular in media just yet, apart from yapping. I'm probably a fucking professional yapper. But yeah, I just couldn't see how any of us could get such a high paying job or high importance job having only these few months of experience. Do you know what I mean? I was happy with the idea of just enjoying my 6 months there and having a good time and getting all the experience, which was unreal. Like, meeting the cast for the Traitors Ireland was absolutely great as well. I brought them to the last live episode. I'm going to put a video. So, yeah, it was absolutely amazing to bring them over, and they were all so lovely. That's the thing. I feel like they were all so lovely individually. I know obviously a show is a show and everyone has to have a certain character in a show, but overall, face to face, guys, they're all lovely. And I feel like people shouldn't take TV so seriously because people are made look a certain way so they keep the show entertaining. Do you know what I mean? If everyone's bloody nice, it'd be such a boring show. Everyone has to like show off their own individuality different ways, and the camera has to capture that. But they were all such a great crack, and they really seemed to like each other, which I thought was a bit, you know, the group was so big and they had so many highs and had so many lows, but they seemed like a nice group, and they all seemed like exactly to have each other's back and everything. So I really thought it was nice. I really got on with David because he had came to record Uncloaked, and me and him were kind of chatting there. So we kind of kept that buzz going every time we kind of seen each other through recording and doing a few bits. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, emotionally it was a bit weird leaving the internship because it's November, Christmas is around the corner. No one has a job now. Everyone has to go back looking for work. I don't have a job right now. Obviously I can go back to healthcare and like start working. Well, I have so many courses to redo. Like, if anyone works in healthcare, they know they need to constantly be doing courses and constantly paying for courses and certificates and all that kind of stuff. It's just never ending. Garda vetting takes about like 2 months. I don't know why it takes so long. So I thought they would have kept me on record when I went for the internship, because I told them I was only gone for 6 months. But they didn't keep me on record. And when I got onto them being like, can I start getting shifts soon? Because I'm going to be ending the internship. And they were like, yeah, pop down to our offices all the way in Ashburn and get your Garda vetting. So I'm going to have to do that on Monday. And then after that, wait until my Garda vetting is cleared. So I have no choice but to wait and apply for work while I'm waiting as well. It's a bit weird period of my life right now. Weird period of my life. Like, I'm trying to spend money. Do you know what I mean? It's coming up to Christmas. I have gifts to get. I have myself to spoil, of course. And I have no job. So that's going to be wonderful. I didn't know what to expect when I first went in. Like, I had never worked in an office before. And like, I've always worked kind of physically, if that makes sense. I never really like had a job where I just sat at a desk and just kind of like typed away or doing a lot of research for hours. I've always been like going to places, going to activities, bringing someone somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Just always up, and also very independently working. I'd work in a team, but it's very much like I'd be like a support worker or a key worker and stuff like that. So it'd just be me. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have to like have a whole team all the time. Do you know what I mean? There'll be times obviously you're working with a group of people and that's perfectly fine. But there's other times where you're the responsible being amongst other people and you have to bring others to places and you're kind of left to do that independently. So now being in like a team environment when everyone has to like kind of suck up to each other, and yeah, I'm just gonna be blunt about it because it's the truth, and I know people that work in the office definitely feel the same, because I've seen like different sides to them in the office and different sides to them like outside, if that makes sense, or like on social media. So I'm like, yeah, I know people get it. Do you know what I mean? Well, yeah, it was kind of hard to get used to that kind of team, I don't know, group vibe, like constantly kind of like keeping up with each other, constantly asking each other how you are, what you did last week, what you did yesterday. Are you going for lunch? Are you going to come for lunch with me? How was the project you did last week? Do you want to have a meeting? Do you want to have a chat? Oh my God, I kind of found it a bit overwhelming. Like, don't get me wrong, I love chatting to people. I love chatting to people. I feel like when I get into conversation, I get into deep conversation. I would only do that in the right environment. I feel like in work, I'm just like, yeah, good, decent weekend, bye. But people actually want to know, and it's nice to tell, but that just does not come naturally to me. Like, it wasn't natural for me to, I don't know, just be like, oh my God, who wants a cup of tea? Who wants a cup of coffee? Like, anyone want to go with me? Like, I just get up and go, get my coffee, get my tea, get by myself, come back to the desk. Do you know what I mean? Just, I'm not antisocial, but I just feel like there's a time and place to be social, and it was weird for me to be social in a work environment, like doing all these meetups and, you know, keeping up with people. And that's like a thing that shows that you care about others in the corporate world, I guess. And like, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. I feel like that's kind of the way people are in the office, and that's how, you know, they get through the days and all that kind of stuff. But it's just so different to me. Constantly having to keep up with people. I just want to kind of go to the job and come back. And also, I don't like talking about stuff that I don't know. So I wouldn't really force myself to join conversations if I don't know what you're talking about and if I'm not interested. Like, I don't know if this is part of ADHD. Like, I'm self-diagnosed, but like, it's making sense. Do you know what I mean? But I literally cannot retain all the information that you're giving me, and especially if I don't care about it. Like, it's in one ear, out the other. I'm literally zoned out. I can't hear you. I don't know what you're talking about. As much as I try, but I could see myself like, my brain's just disconnecting the minute like you say something that doesn't interest me, and I'm really trying to focus, but I'm not there. But people who are really good at that, I respect them, because I could see people actually paying attention to what I'm saying, and it's actually genuinely nice. And sorry if I'm breathing like this. Like, I have a cold and my nose is blocked, so sorry if I'm like down the mic, like I literally can't breathe. So shit. Yeah, it was really interesting. And it was actually interesting to see myself being challenged, because I'm like, I'm so confident. I could definitely be like the funny person in the room, the popular person in the room, the person that people gravitate towards. But I just didn't feel like I was that person in the office, which was really interesting for me. I was like, you know what, this is not really an area where you shine yet. I'm not saying like I'm never going to be that person. I will. And I can't wait to actually, now that I understand what it's like and what people kind of notice from each other in those environments, I'm definitely going to bring that with me to the next place. I'm able to keep in mind that, like, you know, you're in a team, you have other people around you. Make sure you're aware of them and cautious of them, and you make an effort, even if it's little, to, I don't know, connect in some kind of way. Now, I didn't struggle with office clothes, but there was definitely mornings where I was just like, I can't be bothered. I just want to wear something comfy. I just want to wear a tracksuit. Like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be looking like a scruff, but like a nice tracksuit. I just want to put that on and be comfy. All I'm doing is sitting at a desk all day. So the office attire sometimes was a bit annoying too. Just to balance like looking professional and also being comfortable, because you are just sitting at a desk all day, munching, going for lunch, getting a coffee. Do you know what I mean? So that was another thing about it. I met tons of important people, which was also so cool. And really, really talented people, like skilled. Do you know what I mean? Really, really high end editors, producers, directors, and all that kind of stuff, which is amazing, because like I just never had that perspective before. Like, I love making content and making videos and stuff, but I never been like behind the scenes and seeing people just work so hard and work so, I don't know, with such a attention to detail. Do you know what I mean? So that was amazing. I was wowed like all the time. I was just like, you guys are sick. And I also got to go to Liveline for like a week and a bit, and it was just so fun being like the radio producer role, which was, it was intense, but it was so good and it was so rewarding. Like, a radio show turnover is crazy. Everything is just done so fast, and yeah, it gets intense. But I think that's the nice thing about it, the rush. But yeah, I had a lovely experience. I'm so grateful for it, and I definitely feel more encouraged to continue like my media career. Does that make sense? My media path. And the last while, it's actually been incredible seeing a few people that I know be on TV. I think that's so cool. I feel like influencers in Ireland just need a lot more opportunities to be on TV and do shows and stuff like that. It's still amazing. Obviously, it's amazing thing to be involved with brands and be given such a huge opportunities. But like, what if people want to go into acting? What if people want to be challenged? And what if people want to be like presenters and this and that? You know what I mean? I know obviously you can do it on social media. It's just amazing seeing the girls on TV. I think it's so cool. And like, it just, I don't know, it just makes me feel so inspired. And it makes me feel that like, you know, if people this close to you are able to get this far, then, you know, I can't be that far. Do you know what I mean? Can't be that far. It's just amazing being surrounded and being so close to successful people. It's just really encouraging. So I freaking love that. And the latest show that I'm watching is Dining with the Enemy. Absolutely murder recently. So if you don't know, Dining with the Enemy consists of like people with all different views coming together and having dinner and just discuss different topics. They're given like certain topics and they'll have to agree, disagree, give their opinion. And my friend Sophie, she's on it and I'm just so proud of her so far. She's been absolutely amazing and I feel like she's doing an amazing job speaking for people of colour in general. Sophie and Tyam have been just going at it on social media and stuff like that because I just feel like overall the whole drama is a bit silly. I feel like they are both in the right. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Sophie is entitled to say that, yes, she has experienced racism. This her experiences on a day-to-day basis when she's walking on the road and living her normal life in Ireland. She has had racist attacks towards her. So, like, I don't know, like him saying that, like, no, not Irish people are not racist and it's like you can't have taken away from her experiences. Do you know what I mean? I feel like in this case, two people are right. Sophie is talking about her own experiences and like how she has experienced being racially abused walking down the street in the streets of Dublin or whatever, and it's not nice. Do you know what I mean? And she knows that the social media push the whole agenda of racism. Whenever an Irish person does a crime, there's never as much fuss on social media or in media as much as there is when there's a person of colour. It is annoying because like you can see that racist people are out here and they're furious and they are willing to attack other people based on their skin colour. And people are not standing up for it. There's a lot of bystanders. You know what I mean? There's people who, and fair enough, I'm not saying people need to jump in and all this kind of stuff, but it's accepted amongst other people. It's like racism is accepted. Yeah, they might not be racist, but they allow other people to make racist comments and they kind of like not telling people like, listen, that's wrong. There's a fine line between being worried about the state of your country and there's being racist for no reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's not fair saying that she is like, you're trying to say it's a weak mentality to acknowledge that there's racism. No, it's not weak mentality. And I also feel like she slipped up. He's media trained. He's been in podcasts. He's been on debates. He's been on many things. Sophie, like, she's very relaxed. She speaks her mind. She speaks from her heart and stuff like that. So I completely understood her. It's her own personal life. Do you know what I mean? Like, if she feels like she's experienced a lot of racism from, like, white Irish people, then so be it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't tell her that that's not it and she's lying. Do you know what I mean? And you can't tell her that she's weak. At the end of the day, racism affects people and it's not nice. It's not nice being made feel lesser than just because of your skin colour. Do you know what I mean? And it is something that we have to stand up against and we have to speak up about. And I also get what Tyam is saying about, you know, you can't be a weak person and you have to just ignore and whatever. And I have to say, like, yeah, that is a good mentality to have as well. But you can't have one without the other. Like, I'm going to be strong, but I'm not going to be a fool. I'm not going to take disrespect. I'm going to say that's racist. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to say that's out of line. That's out of pocket. I shouldn't be treated like that. And stand up for myself. I know he said, like, oh, if someone's racist to me in work, I'll just go to HR and take it with HR. Don't sit there and let this person abuse you in work. Take it up to HR. But at the same time, it's not every scenario is going to be the same. Like when it was the young Indian girl getting hurt, what could she have done? Do you know what I mean? She can't go to HR and say the kids down the road are being racist to me. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like they are both right. Different perspectives and different experiences and stuff like that. It's annoying to always have to battle racist people that are so meaningless in your life, but they have basically thrown rocks. Do you know what I mean? They're throwing rocks to a glass house. And you have gone through experiences in your life that have made you a glass house. Do you know what I mean? You've gone through enough in your life that shit does hurt. I'm not gonna make every negative experience that I have a racist thing, even though I know that some definitely are. But I'd be seen weaker. Do you know what I mean? I would be seen like as a weak person. Like, geez, why is she always giving out saying race this, race that? Suck it up. It's not race. It's just how things work. It's just how things are. And, you're fighting a losing battle here. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you have to suck it up, but sometimes you do have to point it out and stand up for yourself at the end of the day. If it's something that you feel passionate about, your boundaries are completely crossed. This is not a laughing situation. This is disrespect. Then you need to speak up. I need to be pointed out. Like, I wouldn't be going my day-to-day people disrespecting me left, right and centre. I'd have to put people in their place. And I'm so looking forward to the next episode, guys. It's drama. It's juicy. So some tea on my life right now, guys. I cannot emphasize enough how having people with different hobbies and different interests than me have just kind of like made me forget about my own goals, if that makes sense, because they're just not on it. They're just not. And like, of course, I'm not saying that I dislike hanging out with them. I like hanging out with them, but it needed to be to a minimal, because I started to notice that I wasn't being motivated and I would have wasted a lot of my time without doing the things that I want to do. And I've seen no growth. And that's the most disappointing part, having no fucking growth with yourself, being able to look back and be like, oh, what did I do this all a few months? Nothing. So I would completely emphasize on like hanging out with people who are just like you. If you want to do content, make friends in content. If you want to do hair, make friends in hair. If you want to do nails, be friends with beauticians, businesswomen, whatever. I found it very hard being friends with people who wouldn't be as motivated to do certain things with me, and I would just feel like I was begging them a lot and dragging myself down. Do you know what I mean? Being like, oh, please do this with me. Let's do this. Let's be creative. Let's have fun. And I'll just receive such a negative energy when I want to do something that's creative and that can potentially be beneficial to me or the other person. And I'm received with just negativity. Like, no, I'm okay, cool. And over time, you just end up doing nothing. And that's when you'll start feeling kind of disappointed within yourself. And then, you feel bad about yourself. Your self-esteem goes down because you feel like, you're not being productive, you're not reaching your goals, you're not working for yourself, which overall is just a shitty feeling. So yeah, don't waste your time making friends with people who don't have the same interests as you or like-minded people. I'm not saying that you have to be really, really selective and really picky and be like, only hang around with a certain type of people. No, have your mix of friends, but like make sure you have your friends that you could like work on hobbies with and be creative and feel inspired with. Obviously have your normal, like I have my own, friends that I've grown up with that like would never do content with me. Do you know what I mean? And I do see them, but I also have this other friends and this other part of my life where I am surrounded with people that do content and that are creative. And like, I can always reach out to someone and be like, yo, let's do something exciting. Let's work on something. And I feel like that's really fulfilling for me. And that makes me feel really achieved. And yeah, I just fucking love it. And if you feel like too much of your time is just being wasted, if you feel like, this month I had no progress in that project, no progress in this, no progress in the gym, bruh, whatever is holding you back, you need to just cut her off there and then. Seriously, just cut her off there and then, because you know what they say, like I think it's like 28 days for that something becomes a habit, and that's with anything. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be a bad habit or it could be a good habit. So I've made very bad habits in my past over time, when I haven't been focused and stuff like that. So and it's hard to get yourself back. I'm at a point now where I'm trying to get my discipline back and my motivation back. And, I used to be the type of person who was trying to be like the 5 a.m. club, wake up at 5 a.m. And I used to look at charts for a few hours and then have my breakfast and then try to go to the gym. And I want to get that Cynthia back. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that Cynthia was most productive. I was so energetic. I was glowing. And yeah, I'm not saying I'm not doing all those things now, but I just miss that thrive and that like that hunger for success and hunger for, I don't know, just seeing myself grow. Always make sure you put your own goals and your own interests first, and don't waste any of your time with people or things or hobbies that don't elevate you and don't bring you to places. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, hate the sin, not the sinner. Make sure to follow me on social medias and chat to you guys soon.